Okay, so I'm here and I'm doing this recording live. I don't really even think anyone's here yet, but that's okay. Because I didn't really want to do a video where I pre-recorded because then I wouldn't be able to answer questions if people had them. So I'm not sure if the notifications are going out for this. It's kind of odd to not have anyone here, but it doesn't matter because you can always ask questions later. I will post this and leave it up. So I wanted to kind of do this video to talk a little bit about the video that I put out earlier today. I know I had to kind of censor a lot of different questions earlier today in that video, and that's so strange. I figured that people didn't get the notification. It's really weird because I had posted the video a while ago. Thanks for clearing that up, Charlene. But anyway, so if you guys are just tuning in, I wanted to kind of hi Sandy. I wanted to kind of talk to you guys today about the video that I just did like a couple of hours ago. Like I said, I didn't want to record a video explaining it because I figured people might have questions. So I wanted to kind of just do this live to kind of explain what I posted. So the most first of all, I wanted to tell you guys I 100% value your opinions, your feedback. I don't generally, I do have my comments on my videos set to approve because people are kind of saying really mean things about Michael right now because of what's going on with like the whole Wade Robson and James Safechuck thing. So I'm censoring that, but I am posting all of your comments or remarks or opinions. I'm not going to censor your opinions. And I like to keep an open platform because sometimes people call things to my attention that I notice myself or that I notice maybe I didn't think about or whatever. So it's always good to have that open dialogue. So that's why like I said, I really appreciate you guys giving me this platform. There are a lot of people that are subscribing and, checking out the videos, and I appreciate that. I don't take it for granted. But I also want to be very clear with what I'm doing because I have been doing this for such a long time. I've been making videos since 2009 and they're kind of scattered all over the place. I've always had the same mindset when it comes to Michael, but I really didn't know how to express it previously. So it's important for me to stay on track now and to be very clear about it now. So when I do a video that people have questions or they're kind of confused about or might find a little bit controversial, I do want to clarify exactly what I mean, especially considering the fact that I didn't speak in the last video that I posted today. It really wasn't a video. It was just kind of a late night thought and then something that I had actually come across. So in the video that I posted, the guy kind of talks a little bit about Jesus Christ and like Michael and, you guys all know what was said. If you didn't, then check it out. I'll put a card up here. You guys can look at it. But so I should say, first and foremost, that I consider myself to be a Christian. I am a follower of Christ and very much believe in Jesus Christ and believe in everything that Jesus Christ stood for. I understand and fully believe myself that he was the Son of God and that nobody can step into that role of being Jesus Christ. So I want to make it very, very clear that I am not trying to say that Michael Jackson is Jesus Christ or that he is the Son of God, or I'm not saying that that's what he is. I'm not saying that that's what his identity is or was, or however you want to think of it, whether you think he's here, whether you think he's gone. I just want to make very clear that that's not what I'm saying. However, what the guy said is his opinion, but I do agree with a lot of what he said as far as Jesus Christ was crucified on the cross, okay? If you believe that, Jesus Christ was crucified on the cross. Michael Jackson was crucified with a pen. Michael Jackson has been crucified to the max. And I think that it's very important that people understand that that's what I'm trying to say. That's the point that I'm trying to get across. I am going to be going to a lot of controversial things in the videos that I have coming up. I am very dedicated to this project. I have been talking about, I was going to do like a full-length documentary on Michael, but I decided to just kind of do it this way just because it's easier. It's better to break it down. It's better to study and have interactions. I just love what's going on right now. I had actually kind of abandoned my channel for a long time because I just felt like people were not getting it. And then this Teddy Perkins video that I did like went viral And it kind of brought people around who had never been around before, who don't really know about the drama that goes on in the community. They just want to learn and understand Michael. So it kind of did ignite something in me to like be passionate about what I'm trying to do. And I've always been passionate about Michael. I've always been passionate about his message. I've always been passionate about trying to understand him. It's just that there are things that have kept me from expressing that. And I have vowed to myself that I'm not going to do that anymore. I am going to be very clear about what I'm trying to do. So I want to make it very clear that I am not, even though I'm going to be doing a lot of videos that might be considered kind of like taboo and people might get offended by them, I'm not saying that Michael is the second coming of Christ, or I'm not saying he is like Jesus. I'm saying what's very obvious from God. People that were sent from God that are on this planet. You should. People say that Michael he has a Messiah complex or a God complex. We should all have God complexes. We should all have Messiah complexes. We should all want to heal the world. We should all want to love each other. We should all want to give selflessly. These are things that we should want to do. There's nothing when now it's like when you think that you are Jesus in terms of you're untouchable, like nothing could happen to you, that that you're above him. Yeah, that's a problem. But I never got that from Michael. It's not be Jesus, it's be like Jesus. You know what I mean? And I think that people are getting that cross reference with the last video that I just did. All that I'm saying is people are out here doing all these different videos and documentaries and blogs about what these jerks are doing to Michael, how they're trying to hurt Michael, how they're trying to destroy him. But nobody's getting to the depth of why this is. Nobody's really and I'm not saying that to be offensive. I'm not trying to knock anybody's work. I think people who are passionate about, defending Michael, I applaud. Even there are people who I don't even like, personally, that I applaud for their passion in defending Michael right now. And I'm not trying to slight anyone's work because I wouldn't want someone to slight my work. What I'm saying is I'm not taking the path of just making videos about people trying to frame Michael or people trying to, lie on Michael. I'm making videos that that dive deep into the depth of why this might be going on. And I'm getting to the base, the foundation of why he has always been a target and why he is used. This is what I'm saying. So maybe my direction is very different than other people. And I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm not saying that I'm wrong. Um, but I believe Michael Jackson to be a messenger of God. And I think that he is a person that was placed on this earth to live great, but to also tell the message. And I think that's why there are not even people, there are forces, there are factions, there are entities in this world that don't want him to tell the truth about love and light and how we were made in God's image. We are supposed to be doing certain things that we are not doing as a whole. And there are things that try to keep him from saying that. And that's why you have these things happening. Michael's destiny is very similar to Jesus Christ. I'm not saying that he is Jesus Christ. What I'm saying is it's very similar to be placed on this earth as someone that is great and someone that has this message to give. And he's literally tortured because there's so much evil in this world that they don't want him to tell that message. They don't want him to spread that. And he I'm sure often he's like, God, why are you doing this to me? Why are you making this happen to me? But there are a lot of people that have that. It's not just Michael Jackson, And so the guy in the video that I just posted, he says Michael Jackson was your Jesus. And I'm sure that's said to be controversial. It's clickbait. You're going to click on a video that says that. So, but I am certainly not saying that Michael Jackson is Jesus Christ. I'm not saying that because I don't believe that. I believe that there is one Jesus Christ, and I believe that this Jesus Christ died so we could be born again, and so that we can live. And that's not Michael's exact path, but there are many prophets, and there are many people who are here to serve a greater purpose, even if we don't understand it. I feel like myself, like I struggle with trying to understand like things that happen in my life that are very like disheartening and that make me sad and that hurt me. But I understand that it's like I have a purpose. Like even though it's like me, I'm not liking it. Let's be clear. I'm not liking myself to Michael Jackson at all, slightly. What I'm saying is like I keep coming back to this, even though I've been hurt by people and I've had people like do really, really shitty things to me that have devastated me to the point where I didn't want to be here anymore. But I still come back to this because I feel like it is my purpose that I'm supposed to be telling this story because I don't feel like someone can tell the story the way that I can tell it. I don't feel like I don't feel everybody can see things the way that I see it. So my purpose is to kind of put that out there and let people decide what they want with it. There are like hundreds and hundreds of comments on a lot of these different videos that I'm doing, and I just let them go through. And my videos are not about just proving Michael Jackson's alive. When I say like Michael Jackson's alive, that could be taken a lot of different ways, man. That could be taken as Michael Jackson is alive in the flesh. That could be taken as Michael Jackson is alive in spirit. His message is alive. It take what you want from it. Take what you want from it. I'm here to tell what I believe to have happened. And that's it. I'm not saying that what I'm saying is 100% factual, that I know the facts, like I know anything. What I'm saying is I research and I'm sharing that information with all of you so that you don't have to do that particular groundwork, which you should always, anybody that you're following, anyone that you're listening to, you should always do the back work. You should always do the research yourself and see what's going on. So I just wanted to make that, you know, very, very, very clear to everybody that I am certainly not trying to say that Michael Jackson is Jesus Christ because that is just crazy. Like he's not Jesus. He's Michael and Jesus was Jesus. And Michael is Michael and I am Brandy and you are you, you know? That's all. It's very, very, very simple. But I think if a lot of you are like new subscribers and you're kind of new to my work, so you might have a different, you might think something that's not that's not factual. So I wanted to make that very clear before we move forward in this journey. I wanted to make very clear like exactly what I mean or how I feel. Because influence is big. We have this platform of YouTube and it's a huge platform. Some people are very irresponsible with it, with their platform. They're not responsible and they're very, you know, they're not clear. But I think it's very important for me to be clear. So that's why I'm doing the live. That's why I'm here. Um, and if you guys have any questions while I'm here, I can't stay long because I have things got to do and I'm not really feeling well. But if you guys have any questions or comments, like feel free. I might do a live every Sunday, just to kind of catch up on the videos I'm doing throughout the week. Um, so this is a good time for you to ask any questions on clarification on anything that I've posted. I know I haven't really gotten into anything with Michael yet, just very basic stuff. But the next video that I do is actually going to be diving into like things. So hopefully that'll be good for you guys. But I don't know if you have any questions for me about anything. If you can, this is a really good time to ask them. So I will give you guys a few minutes to ask any questions that you might have. I'm trying to read. It hurt because it's true. He was talking about the Illuminati, the devil. You know, I think with what's going on with Michael is so much bigger than like quote unquote the Illuminati. I think it's so much bigger than that. God puts certain people on this earth to spread a message. It's your choice to do it. Everyone has a purpose on this earth. Not just everyone sees it. That's very true. We all very much have a purpose on this earth. Do I think Michael is still alive? I do believe that Michael is still alive. I think Michael is very much alive. I think Michael is still with us. But I think he's human. He's not going to always be here. So, you know, we need to focus on the message more than the man. But Yeah, I think Michael's still around. Pretty sure he is. I feel him all the time. Uh, any other questions? Come on, guys. You have me here for a few minutes, so ask questions. Ask away, because I can't stay too long. He had a given talent, but he is not Jesus or God, but he is an angel. I think we all have a purpose that we're responsible for here. I think that's just a given, but we don't all reach that purpose because we get distracted by things, or we're taught certain things that keep us from our true purpose, our true drive, you know? I think that happens often. Do you think he is being silenced and kept into hiding? I think, and Elisa, I will talk about that for sure. Um, but I do believe that Michael, I don't know if he's being like silenced, but I think that there are things that I think there are people in his life that are held against him, and that's why he really doesn't make himself more known. I think there's just I think he's being not blackmailed. I just think that there are things that there are reasons why he can't do more. But I don't know. I don't believe that he's physically being held by somebody. No, I do not believe that. I don't believe. I think Michael has very much free will to do what he wants, but I think he knows that there are consequences to doing things. So, because there are messengers that are sent to lead us in the right direction, and there are forces that fight against that. Yeah, I think there are. I think there are people. There are people who are here to guide us, and I think there are people here to distract us. I know that with me, I get distracted all the time. Um, and I people come, and they make me feel a certain way, but their intentions are very cruel. And I've been a victim of that myself a lot, especially in the past couple of years. Like with doing this, people, I'll be very focused, and people will come along, and they kind of lead me off course. So I think that that does happen to everyone, especially people who have a purpose. We all have a purpose. People who have a particular purpose to put certain messages forward, yes, I think that that does happen very often. And it's very upsetting because you always almost realize too late that, you had this job and you didn't complete it because you got distracted by outside forces. So it's very important to be very guarded and careful. And I'm learning that. I'm learning to be very careful in with my choices and people and situations, because I allow myself to get pulled into things all the time that I certainly shouldn't take a part of. And then I just end up like screwed over or hurt, So, and I think it happened to Michael a lot too. You try to believe in the better part of people, and they always show you who they are, and that's just life. But yeah, exactly. It's really sad. I've experienced that a lot, you know. I'll be like, even with this stuff, like I know, like, because I'm doing these videos, like I know there's going to be something or someone that's going to come along and try to like mess it up, because it's what always happens to me, and I'm not careful, and it happens all the time. Like I start doing these videos, and I start getting in depth, and I start getting this like following, and then it's like someone or something comes out of nowhere and like left field, and I get distracted and pulled. And I have to stop allowing that to happen. So I'm very, very careful this time with what I'm doing, and very particular with who I share my time with, and because I know that we're running out of time for sure. We're running out of time, and it's very important to this is heard, that people understand um, what's going on. You don't have a lot of time. And that's what's very true. So, any other questions about the videos that I just did? I think I only did I did Michael's natal chart. Sometimes the dark energy can come from ourselves too, because we all have darkness in us. We all have darkness in us. We all have that side. It's yin and yang. We all have those 2 sides to us, and I think a lot of times the darkness comes from within, and it fucks up everything around us, you know? I think that's often, like, a thing with us, and I think that happened with Michael a lot too. We all have darkness in us. Now how we allow that to manifest is just that's another conversation. Oh gosh, excuse me, I'm so tired. So any other questions about anything at all? Anything I can clarify for you? Because I know I'm just like kind of like talking in my videos I'm doing now and I'm not doing them live anymore. So I value your input and your opinion. There's a lot of people who are just like waking up to what's going on with Michael. I think so too. I think Michael has always been very clear on his path, but I think sometimes it's hard to accept what you're supposed to do, you know? And it's very hard to accept who you are. But he has to keep fighting. And, you know, I think when people start opening their eyes up to what's going on and they start getting that very, I know how exhausting it can be to try to like effortlessly like just keep trying to put something out there and keep trying to talk and these people just won't listen to you. Like I know how exhausting that can be. But he just has to get the right people. And I think oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm like yawning. I don't really feel well. But if I think that if he sees that people are trying to like do something, this stuff that's happening with these 2 guys that are trying to frame Michael, this is stuff that's been going on for a long time. It's like I don't even think that it surprises him anymore, you know, but I think this is what happens when when the truth is coming to light. These dark forces are coming out of nowhere. It's so imperative that they destroy what people think about Michael right now because he's what he was saying was true. Michael definitely, I believe, sees what happens in this fan community, and I have met some of the most disgusting people in Michael Jackson's fan community that I just can't. It's unbelievable that they can even say that they're fans of his when all they do is like hate people and hurt. I just it's I've seen some of the most foul. It's crazy because I see people now like doing things for like Michael's cause, like to try to prove that he's innocent and to try to prove that his name is good. And but I'm like these people. It's amazing that these people who just do like nasty things to people are trying to like it's completely hypocritical because you cannot sit here and try to like it's like they try to paint Michael as like this amazing person. He is. He's a beautiful, beautiful soul. He's a beautiful person. But you can't sit there and spend like years and months like tormenting people and bullying people and just working against people and then turn around and try to defend someone because what happens is these people who try to make these arguments about Michael, a lot of them are people who've done like really messed up stuff to people. So people come back and they're like, it's always a bad reflection on Michael. I always tell people it is a bad reflection on Michael. When people behave like that and they say they're Michael Jackson fans, it is a very, very piss poor reflection on him. And I know that Michael sees things that happen in this community. I know, and it's probably very exhausting and painful for him to see that like people are so mean. Just, I mean, it's like this platform is not even to talk about the shit that's happened with me. I'm not going to go there because it's just not important anymore. But I think it's got to be very painful for him to see that he was bullied so bad by people. People said the most horrible things about Michael's looks. And then you have people who claim to champion for him, but they literally torture people about their looks. They bully people about their looks. They say mean things, you know? and they lie on people and they make things up, like the same shit that people say about Michael. They're defending things about Michael that they have accused people of doing. And it's just it's crazy. It's so crazy to me. Like, it's literally the most hypocritical shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't say anything because I'm not gonna engage with, trash, but it's just amazing to me how you can try to. And there are a lot of people too also, and I hate to say this, but there are a lot of people right now who are trying to, like, use this accusation against Michael as a platform to give themselves clout, and I see it happening 'cause I know people personally who I'm like, "You literally are just using this platform as a way to get followers and try to get clout," and it's crazy. That's why I'm not even talking about this stuff in my videos. I know it's important, but I'm using it as a platform too, but I'm using it as a platform for people to really see Michael who he really is and was, what was happening to him. That's the platform that I'm using it for. As someone literally, like, messaged me and was like, "Oh, I can't believe you're like you're putting ads on your videos." I'm like, "Hell yes." You know what? For years, I did not put any kind of ads on my videos or anything like that. People make me feel guilty about it. Like, well, you're just using Michael for money. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I would never. But it's like, hey, you know what? Yes, I'm going to monetize my videos. Because you know why? I should. Because I'm doing the research and I'm putting the work into it. But I'm not making any money off of it. But if I'm going to monetize what I'm doing, I'm going to do it, of course. But it's like, I'm talking about things that are very important to talk about. I'm not just trying to, like, use it to, like, get a following. There are people who are doing that. You know what I'm saying? And it's messed up, but I've always been consistent with how I felt about Michael. I've always been consistent about feeling like people were trying to, like, do things to him to keep him quiet. I've always said this. I've been very consistent with this? Yeah. Thank you, Elisa. Yeah, people it's because, um Sharon, it's because what happens is, to say what you said, whenever us fans explain to the public about Michael's innocence, we get a lot of public calling us names and accusing us fans of being a pedophile. Yeah, because people are stupid. They don't. I have seen, like, people on the, like, journalists on the news literally say, like, "Oh, well, I was a kid when the trial happened, but you know, this what these guys are saying in this documentary must be true." And it's like, are you serious? Like, are you okay? Like, you cannot go off of what these two jack offs are saying. People are not even doing the research, and it's crazy. Like, it's at your fingertips to see the truth about what is the motive behind this. But this is not. This is okay. There's different, like, it's like an onion. There's different layers to this. Yes, James Save Chuck and Wayne Robson are absolutely after money. Absolutely. They are. They want money. But who is orchestrating all of this? Who is behind this? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is behind what's the bigger picture? They are just pawns in a game. They are just pieces of the puzzle. They're just used. They're not. James Safechuck and Wade Robson did not sit down and orchestrate this shit. It's a money grab, but yeah, of course it's a money grab. They are being used. So it's people need to understand that. This is very much spiritual warfare. And until people understand that, then they're going to be forever lost. I don't know why people are so shocked. I'm like, people are really surprised that this shit's coming out about Michael. I'm not surprised at all. Why would I be surprised? The world is going to hell right now. There are so many horrible things happening right now. They have to have something. They have to have something to put forward. They have to have something to use. Michael's always used as a distraction all the time. I'm not surprised. And until Michael steps into his purpose, truly, and stops running from this is what's it's gonna always be. Michael has to fight. I don't think the Teddy Perkins episode triggered all of this, Elisa. I do strongly believe that there is a purpose. Oh, that's another thing that I want to really clarify. And I'm sorry that I didn't get into this earlier. I completely forgot about it. I told you I'm not feeling well, but I want to absolutely get into that. Okay. On the video that I did where I said, "Who is it?" I am not, nor have I ever stated that that is Michael Jackson. I am not saying that I believe Michael Jackson showed up at the award show. I personally think that it looked like Michael in some ways, but I've never said that I knew that was him. I believe there was a purpose in the likeness of Michael being there. I never said that I thought it was him completely. I just believe that there is a purpose in Michael. Just like there's a purpose in the episode of Teddy Perkins, there's a purpose. Donald Glover was very much influenced by Michael Jackson for a lot of reasons. That's all that I've been saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I've never saying that that was actually Michael. People are very much misunderstanding that, so I wanted to clarify that. Um, yeah. So I don't think the Teddy Perkins episode triggered anything. I just think there have been things happening for years, Lisa, in succession. So yeah. So my father is innocent. Let him stay out of the limelight or they will kill him. It's me, Prince. Oh, no, that's not cute. So anybody else have any questions? Anything at all? Questions, comments, anything? So I have to hop off of here very soon. Um, I did a lot of stuff this weekend. I did a lot of different stuff. What business is it? I don't really pay attention to people who are like in these chat rooms just spamming. Just ignore people like that. It's stupid. Like I don't pay attention to people who are trying to get attention. It's just annoying. I'm good. Yes, I did a lot of stuff this weekend. Um, I did a lot of stuff this weekend. With Michael. So I'm kind of exhausted from it because I did videos, but I am trying. I'm going to make it my goal to post like 2 or 3 times a week. I am really. I don't know how I'm fitting it in, but I'm going to fit it in because it's just there's a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. This stuff has to be out there more than ever now. It's like crucial. So I will be doing a lot of posting for that reason alone. But I just wanted to kind of put this out here for you guys to understand. I wanted to make clarification, and I want you guys to pay attention. Pay attention to what I'm saying in these videos. Um, and really see what's going on. Just pay attention and don't just make assumptions. I had to like filter so many like comments. I'm like, are you serious? Like I am not stating that Michael is Jesus Christ. I would never do that. Michael is not Jesus Christ. Michael is Michael Jackson. Jesus Christ was Jesus Christ, the one and only. But they are both men that walk this earth that want a message of love and a message of peace and a message of understanding and God's word. And, you know, there are a lot of people like that. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. It was very important to me to clarify. So I'm going to try to have a video up on Tuesday. Yeah. So look forward to that. Anybody who's listening, if you are not subscribed to me, please do and enable. Guys, make sure you are enabling your notifications. Hit the little bell on my video so that you know when I'm uploading something or when I'm live. It's the fastest way to get the information, so just make sure you're doing that. Um, so subscribe, email notification, or sorry, like. Also love the likes and enable notifications so that we know. Alisa, thank you for listening to me. I do, like I said, I appreciate you guys giving me this platform. I know that I've strayed away a couple of times. It's just, it gets very hard with people just always trying to like ruin it for me, but I am very dedicated um, to what I'm doing. So I'm gonna stay focused and keep trying to do that because it's important for people to understand what's going on. So you guys have to stay focused too. Don't get sidetracked by stuff that's not relevant. You guys have to stay focused. Really, really have to. And there are a lot of, if you guys go online, there are a lot of all the information that I'm talking about in my videos. You should go check the information out also yourself. Always do your homework. Always do your own research. Do not ever just take someone's word for it, no matter who the person. Don't just take someone's word for something. I don't care if it's me, it's anybody. Do not just listen to what people say. Always do your own research too. Always. Don't let people think for you. No one should spoon feed you information. Okay, I can do the research and I can share the research with you guys and I can share my findings with you guys, but you have to verify your own things yourself too. Because you're not going to truly understand something unless you study it. It's like growing up in a religious household where you're taught the Bible or you're taught about God, but you have to go to church every single weekend and you're taught about, but you're not learning. You're not taking your own initiative to learn the Bible, to learn about God. It's like you have to learn yourself to truly understand the message of anything. You have to like study yourself. If it's just entertainment for you to watch death hoax videos, that's fine too. But my videos are not really just about Michael's death hoax. I do believe that Michael's alive, and I do believe that a lot of things that I'm sharing have a lot to do with him being alive. But that's not the only premise of the message that I'm trying to share. So you guys have to make sure you're doing your own homework. You know, he's very Michael. Michael may have done a lot of things um, that I'm sure he's not proud of in his life. But one thing I can say for sure is that Michael never hurt a child. Now, when I say Michael never hurt a child, I mean Michael never molested a child. Michael never abused a child. I think that Michael's choices to leave definitely like hurt his kids. And that's my only like thing I have with him. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with I don't agree with Michael's approach to him leaving. I think it should have been handled differently. Um, but when it comes to like actually abusing a child or hurting a child, absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. Michael would never hurt a child. I just do not believe that. So that's just like, but they have to. They have to. They have to because Michael always focuses on the children because the children are our future. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to get too much into this, but because I'll be talking about it in my videos, but it's like he has to be removed from that because if he's not removed from that message, then it becomes a oh my god, like he's going to tell people, he's going to influence. They talk about these influencers. Michael Jackson, they could not allow him to be an influencer because he was going to influence away. He would influence away from the agenda. You know what I mean? So again, that's all I'm saying about that. But it is going on 4:30, and I literally have to like go and get ready because I have to go out. But um, I do appreciate all of you guys' feedback in here, and I'm going to upload. I'm gonna post this video so that people can come back and listen to it later. Um, but I did want to like just pop in here and kind of give that explanation. So I absolutely like love you guys, and I appreciate you listening and talking and everything. But yeah. So be looking for my new video. I think on like Tuesday. And if you have any questions, comments, you can always comment. Again, subscribe. You can find me on Twitter. All my information's on my main page. So, okay. So thanks for listening, guys, and I will catch up with you later. Thank you.